Hello again. I have a very interesting story for you. In Saudi, a Saudi woman defies driving ban to save man's life. Can you imagine? A Saudi woman defies driving ban to save man's life. The female college student in Saudi Arabia who violated her country's ban on a woman being able to drive will not earn the customary lashes for her crime. So for driving the car, even though women are not supposed to drive, she will not get whipped. This is for her crime. But what they argued, quote, after all, she did do an honorable deed by saving the life of a man whose life, according to the Sharia, is double the value of her own. Can you imagine that? If she had saved the life of a woman, she would have been whipped. But because she saved the life of a man, notably a Muslim, then she will not receive the customary whipping. I'm shocked that, number one, first of all, Saudi Arabia, the benefactor, best friends to America and Britain. This is where politics is dirty and dishonest. Britain and America, they always suck in the big dick of Arabia for oil. Here's Arabia, a terrorist state. They fund terrorist schools. They are a very sexist culture because it's run by imams, Muslims, sheikhs, and they follow the Sharia law, which teaches, and I can show you many texts. Anybody wants to challenge me, any Muslim who wants to challenge me, dead or alive, many in the Quran and the Hadith and the Sunnahs, wherever you want to look, that women are only worth the value of half. So men are twice the value of a woman. This is what Muslims believe, and their scriptures teaches. Yet many white women and black women are converting to Islam. Maybe they like to be roughed up. Maybe they like to feel inferior. Who knows? Maybe they're running away from feminism. But it's interesting that Britain and America have nothing to say, to China, who has bad human rights abuses, and Saudi Arabia. Theresa May, with Brexit, when Britain started panicking, when they realised that they were not going to enter into the single market, even though they had a Brexit, they thought, well, we can still have the single market. Then they found out they're not allowed the single market unless they allow immigrants. And Brexit was about immigrants, so they said no way, otherwise Brexit would have been a waste of time. So now she hasn't got access to the single market. So she's not desperate. She didn't suck some dicks. She's not desperate. And what did Theresa May say in her speech? There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with doing business, right, with countries which has serious and bad human rights abuses. What does that mean? Let me break it down to you, in case you don't understand. When the countries are cutting the throats of Christians, when the countries are whatever, killing people, murdering them, slaughtering them, the British government have said that they don't care. There's nothing wrong with doing business with the devil. All her years of the British government trying to pretend that they were the angels and China was brutal and China didn't practice human rights, you know, the 2000 Act, which is now going to leave. When it comes down to it, it's all a game. It's all about monopoly, oil, and positioning. That's all it's about. The values keeps changing up and down. There's no integrity, no honesty, no truth in politics. But Saudi Arabia treat women like shit. Can you imagine? Women are not allowed to drive a car, which means they can't work. They're reliant upon the male. She can't do something for herself. And yet Britain and America kept their mouth shut. Now let me prove my point, the hypocrisy of the world we're living in. When Africa said that African churches were not going to endorse or promote homosexuality, David Cameron, the then Prime Minister, he wanted to sanction Africa, sanction them over homosexuality. Because Africa says we want to be true to our Christian faith or our culture. We don't want to follow the Western so-called democracy or enlightenment. We don't want to follow that. We want to be Africans. So David Cameron wanted to sanction Africa. But interesting, Saudi Arabia, women are whipped, they are beaten, they're seen as inferior citizens, they're seen as less than half a human being. You can't even drive. Sexism is rampant in Muslim countries, in Arabia. Yet the West has nothing to say about it. I'm asking you, Theresa May, I'm asking you, leaders in the West, why are you allowing Saudi Arabia and China to practice human rights abuses, crippling women, slaughtering women in secret, whipping women, and you do trade with them? You keep it quiet. Look at the double standards. Look at the wickedness, the lies. When it comes to oil, this bullshit enlightenment, shh, we don't really mean it. We're just screwing our people. We're messing about the masses. We don't really believe it. But you know something? We need population control. But this generosity, this charity, this love, it doesn't stretch it to China. It don't stretch to Arabia, Saudi Arabia. Notice how the Muslims are not affected by the Western Enlightenment. Why? Because the West need Muslim oil. And that's the reason why Saudi Arabia, a terrorist country, terrorism, they sponsor terrorism. Look, 9/11, people claim Saudi Arabia was involved. People claim. Yet the government, shh, to Bin Laden family, shh, come on. All the aeroplane was banned from the sky. All the aeroplanes. But it's interesting. The only aeroplane that was allowed was Bin Laden and his family. Bin Laden and his family. Whee! Politics is a dirty business. That's why I don't vote. That's why I don't take the government seriously. This woman in Saudi Arabia, I couldn't get over the story because she saved a man's life by using the car. She obviously was an intelligent woman. She knew that, you know, driving the car, she won't get lashed. Why? Because she knows she wasn't saving a female life. If she was saving the life of a female, they would have killed her. What kind of a religion is that? That you save the life of a woman driving the car and you get killed? I dare you Muslim fanatic, I dare you Muslim scholars, I dare you Muslim imams, the greatest of your professors, come and debate me. I'm still waiting for you Muslims to talk sense. I'm still waiting. There's not one Muslim alive that can challenge me. I've read your books. 20 years I've studied Islam. Your religion make no goddamn sense. Because she's driving a car. You know, she's gonna suffer criminal penalty. Be whipped. They're gonna break us in for driving a car. Dig blood from her. And the Western world don't mind trading with Saudi Arabia, an animal and brutal country like that, for oil. But because she wasn't saving the life of a woman, they showed her mercy. And Western people want to become Muslims. You want to become Muslims? You need to read about Islam to see what it's really about.